Here, so she's going to talk to us
Survivor.
about what it's like to be a college student, because some of you are going that way. So, a little insight from somebody who's actively in there.
A little active. I'm just kidding. Hey guys, my name is Katie Aaron. I, like she said, graduated last year. I had Miss Holt my junior year, sophomore year. Yeah, and barely made it by with her rather. But I'm gonna talk about what it's like to go to Motlow and what I've learned in college already with being in there for 2 semesters. I did dual enrollment here, so I'm technically a sophomore in my first year. But talk to your completion advisors before you just do whatever you want, because I screwed myself over. And I'll explain why in a minute. But okay, I currently go to Motlow State in Smyrna. I go for free. So if anyone is looking for scholarships, fill out your FAFSA right now and just go to Motlow. I have a lot of people who did not do that and are struggling with not being able to pay for college. I'm going for 7 years. So 2 years free for me is like very nice. I'm studying to be an occupational therapist, which, like I said, requires a master's degree. So not only am I going to have to get a 4-year degree, but I'm going to have to go for 3 more years. After Motlow, I'm going to be transferring to MTSU to finish my bachelor's degree in psychology. My degree does not require a certain specific bachelor's degree, so I get to choose my bachelor's degree. I'm really interested in psychology thanks to Dr. Masnick, and so that is really going to help my field because I'm going to be with special needs kids in the occupational therapy world. Yeah, so I will get a transfer scholarship from going to Motlow and then going to MTSU in the fall. I will get an extra $3,000 a year just for going from one school to the next. So if anyone is thinking about transferring after going to Motlow for free, you get an extra couple $1,000s a year. And then if you get the Hope Scholarship, you also get that at MTSU and things like that. Which I just learned about yesterday. That's the reason why I screwed myself over, because I was going to go to MTSU in the spring, but they only give the transfer scholarship in the fall. So, yeah, if you're going to speed up your process, make sure you talk to your completion coaches. Yeah, I will go to another degree after MTSU because MTSU does not have an occupational therapy degree, which is a good thing and bad thing at the same time, because I would like to stay home, but yeah, I think I'm going to have to go to another college. College scheduling. These are my little kiddos that I get to nanny 2 days a week. In college, you get to make your own schedule, which is literally a lifesaver because I don't go to school at all or do anything on Fridays. I have my entire day to just do whatever I want. A lot of days I will go to a coffee shop and I will get all my schoolwork and my homework done. I will clean my room from having a really busy week. I will get extra sleep in. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm at school from 8 a.m. to almost 5 p.m. And so I did that for the flexibility of having my Fridays off and my Tuesdays to work with these cute little kids. I think it is a lifesaver to be able to make your own schedule. So people like Camden, if he wanted to go to college and have his own business, he could go to college 2 days a week and then have his own business the other 3 days a week and even on weekends. Or some people that work full time, you can do it in night classes. I had a night class which was not for me because I would work and then go to school and I was burnt out for the day. But I know some people work better in the morning, which is my case. Some people work better in the afternoons. But yeah, you get to just know what your college schedule and life looks like. They will send you, well, they'll have your course catalog of what your degree looks like, and you'll get to just set that up on your own, take whatever classes you want at whatever time you want. Instead of going to a guidance counselor like you do here, you can just sign up online and you can take no math classes one semester and every math class the next semester, or you can do all art and no art, or mix it all up. So it's a great way to just know what fits best with your own schedule. And I have a lot of friends that have many different schedules than me or the exact same schedule as me. It just depends on what you all think that is best for you. Here are some things that I have learned so far in college with being in it for 2 semesters. College is what you make it. So if you have no friends, it's because you don't reach out. It's because you don't talk to other people. So you're gonna have college be whatever you, yeah, like I just said. Yeah, we have a few clubs at Motlow. Yeah, universities have bigger, more intricate, broad, anything you want kind of clubs with sororities and all that stuff. I personally do not speak from experience here because I don't want to be in a club with all the schoolwork I have to do. So yeah, your attendance. I know a lot of people struggle in college with going to school in general. Your attendance is all on you. Some days I don't go to school at all. Some days I'm there from sun up to sundown. And that all depends on your schedule. Attendance matters in college is really all on you as much as all the teachers say it is. Yeah. So your grades, your attendance, clubs, friends, literally anything you do in college is all on you. I personally am friends with everyone outside of my school. I was that way when I was here. I'm friends with people in my church. I'm friends with people that are literally almost 30 years old. So I don't really talk to people at my school, but that is a choice. And I get by just fine doing that. So anyway, your choices in college and what you do in college, the college you go to, your outfits, your grades, your choice of studies, your friends, all of those things do not matter as much as people think it does. I walked into school the first day of school. No one even looks in your direction. No one cares what you're doing. Everyone's there to just get an education and go home and move on with their lives. Honestly, like in high school, it's way different than college. It's very refreshing to say the least. So whatever I'm taking in classes, a lot of other people are not taking in classes, and nobody cares what I'm doing for my schooling. Nobody cares who you're friends with, or what you're wearing, or what kind of clothes you have, or how many friends you do and don't have, or what you do on the weekends. Unless you really make those deep connections, somebody's not going to come up to you and ask you what you're wearing that day. And that's just how it is. I personally enjoy that because I had a really big problem with what everybody thought of me in high school. And so getting to college was a huge change for me that I enjoyed. Everyone in college is still learning, and it's including the ones that are teaching you. So yesterday I went to my completion coach wondering what my next steps are in college because I'm going to go for literally forever. And while I was talking to one of my completion coaches, he was still learning about how we can collectively make my experience better and easier in college. He was telling me things that he was learning in the process, and we had to even bring in another completion coach. So not only do we not all have it together, but sometimes the people that are helping us and scheduling us and teaching us do not always have it together. So everybody just gives grace and has grace in college, which is so nice. Part 2. Every single professor is completely different. Every student is different. And like college in itself is just a completely different transition from high school. For example, every teacher here is supposed to follow a certain syllabus and curriculum, and they're supposed to teach these sorts of things, and they're supposed to say these sorts of things, and they're supposed to make everyone succeed and help everyone out, blah, blah, blah. When you get to college, your professor will literally text you the day of and say, I didn't feel like coming to class today. We're not going to have class. And that's just how it is. You just don't come to class. Or some professors will be there every single day on time, and they will grade you within an hour of your test. Some will not do that. I had a professor that told me that he accepted no late work, and I submitted something an hour late, and he gave me a 0. Honest to goodness. And I was completely shocked because in high school, if you email them, they will just let you fix it, honestly. And I was so heartbroken, but it was such a learning experience for me because I will not stay up till 1 a.m. completing my midterm anymore. I will submit that. And then I had another professor. He made us take a video with my other classmates for a final, and we submitted that, and everybody got 100, and we all watched it in class. Like, the difference in college professors is literally insane. But it's great. You just have to read your syllabus. College does want you to succeed, at least Motlow does. They're always checking on me, or my professors are so kind to email my advisors to tell them I'm not doing well in class if I get a bad grade on a test. Yeah, like I said before, you don't always have the answers. Your professors don't always have the answers. Everybody's just learning here in life, so take that as you will. Connect with peers. School is less hard when others struggle with you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, maybe that's just me. Anyway, yeah, so I had a literature class, and there's 10 kids in the class. Every single one of us were in the group chat, and we were texting about when things were due. Some kids reminded us when things were due, when we all forgot. Some kids would send their entire paper, 10-page paper for us to look at, just because they wanted to be nice. But connect with your peers, and I promise it'll go by a lot smoother. Whether you make friends with them, whether you don't, it's just so much easier whenever you connect with people who are also doing the same thing as you or the same class as you. Some kids help you study, and some kids help you learn about what to do and what not to do. Yeah, so just connect with people. Just ask them for their Snapchat, their number, their Instagram, literally whatever. Just say, hey, I know we're going to have this class for 4 months together. Can I get your number? And they will talk with you. Well, okay, I'm not promising that, but just saying, most likely. Retaking a class is okay. Let me just start with it. Because if you retake a class, say you failed a math class, you're not good at math, you didn't understand the material, you had a bad professor, whatever it is, if you retake that class, your class is completely gone. I'm not saying that you just need to retake every single class, because you could definitely lose a scholarship or two. But if you're not good at anatomy and physiology the very first time around, like, I'm probably going to get a C. I'm not okay with that grade, so I'm going to retake that class in the fall. I know the material, and I know what I'm supposed to study for, and I know how to study, so I'm going to retake that to get that A that I want for my college career. I was not very good at chemistry, and so thankfully my professor was so nice to give me a C, but if I would have gotten anything below that, I was going to have to retake the class, and that is completely okay. Not everybody's going to pass the class, not everybody's going to do well, not everyone's going to have a great semester. My grandmother just recently passed away, so this semester has been really, really hard for me, and all of my professors have been really graceful, but I also had in the back of my mind, if I need to retake a class for grieving, that is completely okay. So don't let your classes define you. Jesus does. Oh, yeah, thanks. That's Mr. Porter. Any questions, anyone? Anyone have any questions? Litter about anything? What's up?
When you said, like, when you transfer schools, like, you get more money. So if I transfer from, like, is that just from Motlow to another school?
I know that is for MTSU. MTSU will give you the money for that if you transfer in the fall.
Is that
So,
from like any other school?
I'm not 1,000% sure, but I know me and Miss Pace went to Motlow, or going to Motlow.
It should be any four-year, like, state school.
Yeah, that's
They
what I was-
have- So when you go into a college, they have, like, scholarships that you can get. Well, they also have transfer scholarships. And the only people who can get transfer scholarships are people who are transferring. So the pool of people that are eligible to get the transfer scholarships is much smaller than the pool for, like, new students coming in as freshmen. So you're more likely, if you go to, like, Motlow or Ball State or Nashville State, any of those two-year schools first, and then transfer to a four-year, you're more likely to get money from the school because there's less people trying to get transfer scholarships than the regular.
A lot of people also don't know that you can get that. So a bunch of people, like myself, I was a semester ahead, so I was gonna transfer in the spring to go to MTSU, and my advisor told me yesterday, hey, let's stretch out your classes, let's not take summer classes, you can have some classes in the spring. To continue your HOPE scholarship, you have to have a class every single semester. And then, yeah, I'm gonna transfer not this upcoming fall, but the next fall, and I'm gonna get $3,000 a year just to go to MTSU. But you have to see all the kinks and quirks and all that stuff, because I didn't know that, and I was going to be out a couple $1,000s. So I would definitely talk to your completion coaches and all that stuff. Those people know anything and everything you need to know about college. What's up?
I've heard four-year college is described as 4 years of glorified alcoholism. Is that accurate?
I think, like I said, college is definitely what you make it. I personally do not drink alcohol, so if I were to go to a four-year college, that's not how that would be for me. If you like to do that in your free time, then that's what you would make of it. Yeah, and it's also what you do in your free time. I know a lot of people will focus on different things than schooling in college. Yeah, and that is not something that I participate in. So I'm gonna say no. But like I said, that's what you make of it. So take that information as you will. Does anyone else have any questions? Anna Grace, do you have a question? Okay. Anyone else have any questions?